Hello and welcome. You're watching DD India's Express News, the show where we bring you the day's top 100 stories within 30 minutes. I'm Gautam Roy and let's get this show underway. India's President Draupadi Murmu is in the southern state of Karnataka, where she participated in the Golden Jubilee celebrations of the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences in Bengaluru. The President inaugurated a new psychiatry block, central laboratory complex and hostel building to mark the occasion. She dedicated the advanced 3T MRI scanner and DSA machine to the nation. Also during her visit, the President inaugurated the KLE Cancer Hospital in the Belagavi city of Karnataka on Friday evening. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday inaugurated 1,675 newly constructed flats for the economically weaker sections at Swabhiman Apartments in Delhi's Ashok Vihar. In line with his commitment of housing for all, Prime Minister Modi handed over keys to eligible beneficiaries. The PM also inspected the newly constructed flats for the slum dwellers. Addressing the event, Prime Minister Modi hailed the day as a milestone for Delhi, with new projects in housing, infrastructure and education set to drive the city's progress. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar met his Maldivian counterpart Abdullah Khalil in New Delhi on Friday. Both the leaders signed an agreement on implementing the next phase of high-impact community development projects in the Maldives. The Maldives' Foreign Affairs Minister Abdullah Khalil is in Delhi for a two-day official visit. He held delegation-level talks with India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar on Friday. In a media briefing, India's Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal responded to China's announcement of two new counties in Hotan Prefecture, which fall within India's union territory of Ladakh. India has lodged a solemn protest with China through diplomatic channels over the matter. The MEA spokesperson also said that India has raised its concern over a hydropower project on the Yarlung Tsangpo River in Tibet Autonomous Region of China. India's Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar presided over the inauguration of the 27th International Congress of Vedanta at Jawaharlal Nehru University in New Delhi on Friday. Addressing the gathering, the Vice President said that the greatest gift an individual can give to society is ideation. India's Home Minister Amit Shah chaired the 7th meeting of the Islands Development Agency in Delhi on Friday. The meeting was attended by Andaman and Nicobar Lieutenant Governor Devendra Kumar Joshi, Lakshadweep Administrator Praful Patel and Union Home Secretary. India and Bangladesh have announced that they have agreed to release fishermen in each other's custody after they crossed each other's maritime boundaries. Bangladesh will hand over 95 Indian fishermen to Indian authorities, while India will release 90 Bangladeshi fishermen on Sunday. Deployed in the Indian Ocean as part of mission Clemenceau 25, a French carrier strike group is conducting joint training sessions with its regional partners and allies, notably India, before moving on to the Indonesian zone for exercise La Perouse and then to the Pacific Ocean for exercise Pacific Stella. India is paying homage to social reformer Savitribai Phule on her birth anniversary, honouring her contributions as a pioneer of women's empowerment and social reforms in India. Indian benchmark indices broke two-day winning run and ended lower on the 3rd of January, with Nifty at 24,000. At close, the Sensex was down 720.6 points or 0.9% at 79,223.11. Nifty was also down 183.9 points or 0.76% at 24,004.75. The Indian rupee ended marginally lower at 85.78 per dollar on Friday versus the previous close of 85.75. Now, according to US media reports, the Biden administration has decided to block the purchase of US steel by Japan's Nippon Steel on Friday. It's feared the move may impact bilateral ties. The Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States had previously referred the decision to approve or block the deal to Biden, who will leave office on the 20th of January. Wall Street seesawed to a lower close on Thursday amid choppy trading as investors embarked on the new year facing the cross-currents of solid labor market data, a rising dollar and tumbling Tesla shares. According to preliminary data, the S&P 500 lost 13.08 points to end at 5,868.55 points, while the Nasdaq Composite lost 29.75 points to reach 19,281.04. Oil prices were little changed on Friday and poised for weekly gains after closing at their highest in more than 2 months in the previous session, underpinned by expectations of further economic stimulus in China and lower US interest rates. Brent crude futures was down 7 cents at 75.86 USD a barrel after settling at the highest level since October 25 on Thursday. US West Texas Intermediate crude dipped by 6 cents to $73.07, with Thursday's close its highest since October 14. Apple is set to pay $95 million in cash to settle a proposed class action lawsuit claiming that its voice-activated Siri assistant violated users' privacy. South Korean investigators have called off their attempt to arrest impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol after a 6-hour standoff at his residence in the heart of Seoul. And South Korea's Constitutional Court has announced it will hold its first arguments in Yoon's impeachment trial on the 14th of this month. The president is required to appear in the court in person for the session. A second hearing is scheduled for the 16th of January. Investigators in South Korea began lifting the wreckage of the Jeju airplane on Friday that crashed 5 days ago, killing 179 people. The police conducted a series of raids on Thursday and Friday at the offices of Jeju Air and the Muan airport operator as they stepped up their probe. A multi-storied building was engulfed in fire and thick smoke in South Korea's city of Seongnam on Friday. Fire department said that 12 people had been sent to hospital for smoke inhalation. US President Joe Biden said on Thursday that he learned from intelligence meetings that the US Army veteran who drove a truck into a crowd of New Year's Day revelers had pledged allegiance to Islamic State but acted alone in the attack that killed at least 14 people. Also, Biden awarded the second highest civilian medal to Liz Cheney and Benny Thompson, leaders of the congressional investigation into the Capitol riot. A US Special Forces soldier who blew up a Tesla Cybertruck outside the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas shot himself in the head before the blast. US law enforcement officials say his motivation still remains unknown. In Montenegro, several hundred people, including political leaders, lit candles in the main square of capital Podgorica on Thursday to commemorate 12 victims shot the previous day. In California, a small plane crashed into a commercial building in southern part of the city on Thursday, killing 2 and injuring several others. Over 100 people were evacuated from the building which the plane collided with. Brazil has started examining the black box recorders from an indigenously built jetliner that crashed in Kazakhstan on Christmas Day, killing 38 of the 67 people on board. Ukrainian forces struck deep into Russia's Kursk region, targeting a command post in Mariano with precision missiles. Ukrainian air defenses claimed to have downed 60 out of 93 drones launched by Russia in an overnight attack. In a television interview, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed hope that US President-elect Donald Trump could play a pivotal role in ending Russia-Ukraine conflict. The European Union confirmed on Thursday that gas supplies across Europe remain stable, except in Moldova, even after deliveries of Russian gas to Europe via Ukraine pipelines stopped on Wednesday. Slovakia Prime Minister Robert Fico has condemned the move by Ukraine as sabotage and warned of retaliation, including cutting electricity exports to Ukraine and reducing support for Ukrainian refugees. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock is in Syria for a day alongside her French counterpart Jean-Noël Barrot, representing the European Union. Foreign ministers of Germany and France said they wanted to forge a new relationship with Syria and urged a peaceful transition as they met its de facto leader Ahmed al-Shara in Damascus on Friday on behalf of the European Union. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has approved the return of Israeli negotiators to Doha for continuing of the Gaza ceasefire talks. The negotiations are currently at standstill with the mediators. Israeli airstrikes across the Gaza Strip on Thursday killed the chief of Gaza's police force and his deputy. Head of Hamas internal security forces in southern Gaza, the terrorist Hassam Shaban was eliminated in an intelligence-based strike in Al-Mawasi, west of the city of Khan Yunis. Israel's military has released footage showing strikes on medium-range rocket launchers at a Hezbollah military site in southern Lebanon. Sirens blared across Jerusalem and Tel Aviv early on Friday after a missile was launched from Yemen. Israeli Air Force intercepted the missile, prompting fears of falling shrapnel. And we're taking a quick break at this point. Keep watching Express News. Stay with us.
मैसेज आया है कि ये ऐप डाउनलोड करके इन्वेस्ट कर लो, रातों रात शेयर के भाव डबल हो जाएंगे। कर लो डाउनलोड, अगर पैसे से हाथ धोना हो तो। डॉक्टर रोगी कुमार, MBBS हूँ, MURKH नहीं हूँ। याद रहे, UPI कहता है अगर कोई आसान कमाई का लालच दे तो कहो मैं मूर्ख नहीं हूँ।
Welcome back. I'm Gautam Roy and you're watching Express News. Let's carry on with more updates. Now, as severe chill and fog envelops North India, the Indian Meteorological Department has issued cold wave dense fog alerts across the region. Delhi has been experiencing a cold spell as the city reported significant drop in temperatures, prompting shelters for the homeless and gatherings around bonfires as residents brace for the chill. Dense fog and poor air quality also gripped New Delhi, reducing visibility in parts of the city down to 0 meters. And the Indian Met Department's Director Manish Ranalkar on Friday said that the IMD has launched a special web page for all weather updates for the upcoming Mahakumbh Mela at Prayagraj. The banks of a canal in Cheshire collapsed on New Year's Day after parts of the UK were lashed by heavy rain. Greater Manchester Police declared a major incident as large parts of northwest England were deluged by torrential rains, leaving some people trapped in their homes. A 4.4 magnitude earthquake struck Nepal's Mugu on Friday. According to the National Earthquake Measuring and Research Centre, the epicenter of the earthquake was located at Majhitar in the district. People in Kathmandu and neighbouring districts felt the tremors. However, there were no immediate reports of any damage caused by the quake. Thick smog blanketed Hanoi on Friday, obscuring buildings and leaving 9 million residents choking on toxic air as the Vietnamese capital topped a list of the world's most polluted major cities. Experts said pollution in Hanoi is a result of widespread construction as well as emission from a huge number of motorbikes and cars that crisscross the capital every day. The first few hours of 2025 have brought a big unwelcome surprise. For the first time since 2008, 3 Wendy Globe skippers have seen an iceberg. At least 2 icebergs had been spotted by satellite outside the Antarctica exclusive zone, and their position was reckoned to be quite close to the Wendy Globe competitors. In Turkmenistan, an unforgettable celebration for the pupils of the Dovletlita Palace took place in the festively decorated hall of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Young participants in Turkmenistan performed fiery dances, surprising the audience with complex geographic elements and perfect synchronicity of movement. Elephants at Tierpark Berlin Zoo in Germany are enjoying munching on Christmas leftovers after the delivery of crunchy, unsold Christmas trees in what has become an annual event. London Zoo conducted its annual stocktake, counting more than 10,000 animals that they care for, which includes penguins, ring-tailed lemurs and squirrel monkeys. These have been among the animals being tallied there. Aquarists at 11 sea life aquariums across the UK began the annual count and clean of over 30,000 resident sea creatures, from tiny polyps to large sharks. The marine creatures were counted, weighed and measured across 11 centres, including Gentoo penguins at Sea Life London, green sea turtles at the National Sea Life Centre in Birmingham and seals at Sea Life Weymouth. Rosalie Nakochi, a smallholder farmer in western Kenya, scans a cassava crop with a smartphone, using artificial intelligence to instantly diagnose plant diseases and pests. All thanks to an app which has been developed by a non-profit organization, Plant Village, which offers real-time solutions to crop health issues, a boon for farmers like Akochi who've long struggled with identifying diseased plants. Researchers have uncovered hundreds of dinosaur footprints dating back to the Middle Jurassic era in a quarry in southern England, showing that reptiles such as 9-meter Perita megalosaurus moved along enormous tracks. Researchers from the Universities of Oxford and Birmingham said the dig at the Doers Farm quarry found 5 extensive trackways, one of which measured more than 150 meters in length. At the Chengdu Research Base of giant panda breeding, tiny panda cubs born in 2024 are exploring the world with curiosity, melting hearts with their playful demeanor and endearing appearance. Located in southwest China's Sichuan province, the Chengdu Research Base of giant panda breeding is a world-renowned institution for the conservation of the giant pandas. Singer Jisoo of K-pop superstar group Blackpink celebrates her 30th birthday on Friday. The 82nd edition of the Golden Globe Awards is scheduled to take place on Sunday, kicking off the 2025 awards festivities. The Netflix film Emilia Perez leads the race with 10 nominations, followed by The Brutalist with 7. And this year's Golden Globes are particularly noteworthy for India because Indian director Payal Kapadia's film All We Imagine Is Light is in the race to get a Golden Globe award. The film competes for 2 categories: Best Motion Picture, Non-English Language and Best Director for Payal Kapadia. All We Imagine Is Light, the critically acclaimed Malayalam film by Indian filmmaker Payal Kapadia, which won the prestigious Grand Prix at the 77th Cannes Film Festival, is now available on Disney Hotstar as well. Duchess of Sussex Meghan Markle has announced the new lifestyle show on Netflix. It's titled With Love, Meghan. The 8-episode show will stream on Netflix from the 15th of this month. Noah Centineo will be back with the 2nd season of The Recruit. Netflix has unveiled the official trailer for the spy drama, all set to premiere on the 30th of this month. Hollywood actress Viola Davis is set to portray the US President in the upcoming action thriller G20. Helmed by director Patricia Reagan, the film is set to premiere on Amazon Prime on the 10th of April. Created by Vikramaditya Motwane and marking Zahan Kapoor's series debut, the upcoming prison drama Black Warrant is set for a 10th of January release on Netflix. The trailer for Shankar's political thriller is out, starring Tollywood star Ram Charan and Kiara Advani. The film, Game Changer, is slated to release in theatres globally on the 10th of this month. Producer Dinesh Vijan's Manak film has announced the sequel of Bhediya, starring Bollywood actor Varun Dhawan and Kriti Sanon in lead roles. The film will hit the theatres next year on the 14th of August. Pushpa 2 star Sri Leela joins Bollywood star Kartik Aryan in the upcoming romantic comedy film titled Tu Meri Main Tera Tu Meri. The movie is set for a 2026 release. In sports, Australia bundled out India for a paltry 185 runs on day one of the Sydney Test. With 40 runs, Rishabh Pant was the top scorer for India. In response, Jasprit Bumrah dismissed Aussie opener Usman Khawaja for 2 runs just before the end of play on day 1. Jasprit Bumrah led India after regular skipper Rohit Sharma opted to sit out, citing poor form. Surma Hockey Club suffered a 3-0 defeat to UP Rudras in a match 7 of Hockey India League on Thursday. Preparations for the Kho-Kho World Cup are on at full swing at the Indira Gandhi National Stadium in Delhi, which is set to kick off from the 13th of this month. Former world number 1 Naomi Osaka has reached her first semi-final since 2022, defeating unseeded American Hailey Baptiste at the Auckland Classic on Friday. And Fabian Morasan upset top-seeded Andrei Rublev to dump him out of the Hong Kong Open in the second round on Thursday. Poland and the United States are through to the United Cup semis. Poland will face Kazakhstan, while the US will take on the Czech Republic on Saturday. Mira Andreeva defeated former world number 2 Ons Jabeur to reach the Brisbane International semi-finals on Friday. On the other hand, men's defending champion Grigor Dimitrov moved through to the semis after Jordan Thompson retired due to injury in their quarter-final encounter. Defending Serie A champion Inter Milan secured a 2-0 victory over Atalanta in the Italian Super Cup semi-finals on Thursday. In the other semi-final, Juventus will take on AC Milan in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on Saturday. Bayer Leverkusen signed 18-year-old Argentinian striker Alejo Sacco on Thursday. Sacco signed a contract through the 28-29 season. Christian Pulisic, who suffered injuries to his calf and ankle, is set to return for AC Milan against Juventus in the Italian Super Cup semi-finals on Friday. And Tom Hogue leads the one-stroke after the first round at the 2025 PGA Tour season teed off at the Sentry in Hawaii. And that's all we have in Express News for the moment, but for all the latest, keep watching DD India.